Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to teach you how to create an e-commerce website from scratch. So let me take you to my screen. This is my website. As of now, we can see there's nothing on the website. It's just a single page, a blog website. Now we're going to convert this entire website into an e-commerce website following a few steps. So let's come to the back end of my website. To come to the back end of the website, all you need to do is click on / and WP-admin. That can bring you to the back end of the website, right? And if I click this, this is where I'm going to come down to. So now we are going to follow a few steps which are all listed here. So the first step clearly is WooCommerce installation, right? So we want to install a plugin called as WooCommerce, which is powered by WordPress, which helps create any website into an e-commerce website. So let's come down to my plugins, and here I'm going to click on add plugin and search for WooCommerce. Right, and within a couple of minutes, you will see a lot of plugins which are similar to WooCommerce and WooCommerce plugin as well. Right, so you can see Google for WooCommerce. You have WooCommerce PayPal payments. Uh, this is for Woo payments, etc. So multiple plugins that are related to WooCommerce will also appear. We want to go to the first one, and you can see it has over 7 million plus installations already done. So I'm going to install this particular plugin, right? And I'm gonna activate this plugin once it is installed, right? So WooCommerce basically is a setup that automatically makes any website into an e-commerce website. It gives you a lot of e-commerce functionality. It makes your life easier to build a particular list of categories, products, etc. Right, and here you can see WooCommerce inactivated. Right? What I was trying to explain is if I now come down to my pages, because of one plugin, there are pages like cart, checkout, refund, shop, all of these pages are automatically built. If I do not install WooCommerce, I will have to manually sit and create each of these pages, then ensure all the functionalities are in set, etc. Here it happens automatically. Apart from these page creations, you can see once I hover over WooCommerce, I will get a lot of options here like customers, coupons, reports, etc. Not just these, I will see products, so I can add products, categories, tags, etc. from here. You can set up payment here, you can get analytics here, and you can take care of some marketing initiatives here as well, right? So this was the first step that I need to install a plugin called WooCommerce. If I come back to my next step, I can see the second step is for creation of a parent category and a child category. Now, what is a parent category and a child category? If you go to any website, right, you will see. So let me illustrate this. So let's say, for example, I am going for a clothing brand website. So you will see stuff like this is your website. On the website, you will see a list here which says men, women, children, and let's say accessories, right? The minute I click or hover over men, I will see t-shirts, I will see shirts, I will see pants, I will see shorts, right? So I will see a lot of these categories. And then when I click on any of these will be all clickable. When I click on any of these, then inside these, I will see products. So within t-shirts, I will see round neck, right? I will see collar and different brands as well. So round neck, let's say for example, XX brand t-shirt. Here I will see a polo collar t-shirt, a Chinese collar t-shirt from a certain brand, right? And then basically all these products will be listed inside them. So here in this case, this is called as a parent category. Let me just write this down in a different color. So all of this becomes my parent category, right? All of these are my categories, right? And all of this individually are the products that we're trying to sell. So all of this functionality are pre-built inside WooCommerce. All we need to do is just keep setting everything one by one, right? Now, the first thing I need to do is create categories for my brand. So here in this case, basically you need to have a very clear structure about your brand. What are the different categories? What are the different parent categories? What products will fit inside each and category? You basically, if it is your business, if it is your client's business, you sit, discuss, demonstrate, you go through the process in a very step-by-step manner to understand how do you structure a certain website. In this case, competitor analysis also helps you a lot. So you try to understand how competitors have structured their website, which gives you a lot of advantage, gives you a lot of insight on how you can also set and structure your website. How to actually go about doing this? So for this, I need to come back to my WooCommerce, and what I'm going to do here is inside products, the first thing you will see is categories, right? So now if you see the name of my website, what I'm trying to do is build a store for pets. So it's called K9 Snacks, which will have a lot of stuff for um, uh, pets like dogs and cats, and they will have accessories, they'll have food related products, they'll have toys, etc. Right? So what I'm going to do is first, now if you see here, one category is already created, which I am going to quickly delete. Yep. So now basically this is a default category which will be uncategorized, right? So this will be always there. So now my first job is to create a parent category. So in that case, what I need to do is come here and let's say, for example, I want to focus on cats and dogs, right? So I'm going to name this as cats. For now, you don't need to add slugs, etc., right? Keep all of this blank inside product category, all of these blank, and just click on add a new category, right? So you just need to determine the category as of now. You can upload an image, etc., but it's not really going to be that useful. We can always modify that later. Here, it's basically for you to see and understand what does this category entail. Or sometimes what happens is that you don't, from the name, it's not evident what the category might hold, right? And that's when you need to put an image that also helps you understand things a little better, right? So you can see clearly cats, slug, etc. So slug is basically what comes after your URL. So it's also going to be called as cats. And now next thing I'm going to do is dogs, right? And click on add. So now if you see, two of my parent categories are added. And now I can, why can I say these are my parent categories? Is because here when you see parent category, I've selected none, right? So if you select none, means they don't have parents. And because they don't have parents, it means that these guys are parents. Whenever I select a specific parent category, it means that they have parents, means these are child categories, or we just call them categories. Now, inside dogs and cats, let's assume in my structure, I have dogs, and we just demonstrate the kind of structure that I'm trying to build here. So let's say in my structure, I want to have a website, right, which has cats and dogs. Inside cats and dogs each, I want to create stuff like, let's say, for example, we have food, right? We have toys and we have accessories, right? And similarly, in dogs, I have food, I have toys, and I have accessories. And inside each of these things, I have individual products that pertain to these things, right? So in that case, what I'm going to do is first, as discussed, we have dogs and cats. The first thing I need to create is, let's say, for example, food related items. And here I'm going to name one category, which is dogs, right? So dogs and food, and here you can see food will in general be created. Now it does not specify dogs, but if I create food and I change this to cats, you will see this whatever second, third, subsequent you create now, it will start showing you that. So there's food here, and food you can see slug as food cats. So first will be direct, the second will have an extension. That's how just WooCommerce or any website understands what you're trying to do. Here, when you see, you can see inside dogs we have food, inside cats we have food, and there's uncategorized as well. Next up is, let's say, for example, toys for cats. So add us a new category. And then again, we want a category with a pair for dogs, which is called as toys. Right. So here now, if you see dogs has toys and food, cats has toys and food, and here also you see toys. There is toy dogs, and there is just toys as well. And the last one is accessories. I'm going to copy this again. I'm going to keep this as dogs, add a new category, right? I've kept it a parent so it understands. So once accessories is here, I'm going to name this again. And this time around, I'm going to go for cats, right? And now you can see you have accessories cats as well. And if I just click on this, dogs have one, two, three, cats have one, two, three, right? So this is the first step where we sit and create individual categories, right? Like that for your website, you could have 10, 20, 50, hundreds of categories and respective parents for each and every category. So you can sit and create those, right? So once your category is created, our next step is to create products, right? So now what I want to do is add individual products. Now, adding a product is slightly different. It is slightly more detailed as compared to a category. So here, when you go inside products, you found categories. Here you will find add new products as well, right? So I'm going to click on add new products over here, right? And now the first thing it wants for a product name, right? So what I've done is I've actually created an entire list of all the products that I actually want to get added here, right? So you can see a bunch of products, right? And I want to get things like these are pillows, stuff like that. These are all different types of toys, right? So one by one, I need to get all of these added, right? So let's say I want to start with this or this. It's a good idea to have multiple images. So first thing is you can very easily create these images with the help of AI as well. So whatever your product is, you can pick a basic product shoot. Earlier, we required proper product shoot, setup, etc. Now you can just click from a phone, go to any AI tool, Gemini, Nano Banana, Sora, all of these AI tools, which will help you create beautiful images for your product as well. Right. So I have already shortlisted a few of these images. I need stuff like I need a name, I need some description, etc. So what I'm gonna do is, as a first step, I'm gonna copy this. If for some reason cannot see my copy button. Yep, here is copy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down to Gemini, right? And tell that, hey, I am creating an website for pets and want to add a few products. This is the first one. Can you help me with the product name? Right? So now it's going to analyze this particular image and help me with powerful names, descriptive, happy face, Delhi dog toy, right? So this makes a lot of sense. Happy face, Delhi, or smiling sandwich. So I'm going to say happy face, sandwich, dog toy. I think that makes sense. So just come here, right? Happy face, sandwich, dog toy. Having the name of the category, right, like a dog toy, is very important because through this, it becomes easier for a searcher, any person searching for it, to find the product on your website. Even from a perspective of an SEO, it becomes important that, with the help of this, it becomes more discoverable. Yeah. So now I'm going to copy this here now, and I'm going to ask for a product description, right? So I am this name, and you help me with the essential thing is to keep it like, give me this as point as sentence and both, right? Oh, I didn't give the name actually. So let me just modify this. Name is this. Now I want you to help me with this. right? So we have a decent enough product description, right? So I'm just gonna copy this as it is, right? And I'm gonna start pasting it here. Now this functionality, right, of adding a description works pretty much like a Word document, right? So when I say a Word document means you can, let me copy this, slightly play along with it. So if you can see here, you can align this, you can make something bold, make something italic, etc. In fact, you can insert audio or images here as well, right? Images predominantly doesn't make sense, but yeah, you do have an option of adding this, right? So this becomes the description of the product. So whenever somebody sees this image, the name, they will also see a description that will treat your friend with a playtime feast with a happy face sandwich dog. This adorable pushy toy is designed to look like delicious deli sandwich, completely vibrant lettuce, tomato, etc. And it also gives you basic features about this particular thing, right? Now the next step is you can start adding a price, right? So I need to add a price. So let's say, for example, this is for 9.99. Just in case if you are offering this for a sale or a discount, which is very important as far as e-commerce is concerned. In fact, when you are starting off, it's always a very good practice to start at a higher price and give some discount as well. So you can mention the price here, and it's if you can see in INR, I will subsequently show you if you want to change this currency, how do you do that as well. But as of now, it is in INR and you can see that. But now if I want to replace, also add a discount to this, right? So I can just add a discounted price, let's say, for example, a 6.99, right? So whenever the product is now displayed, you will see this in a way that the price is 9.99, strike, and then a discounted price. You can also show inventory. So here, SKU means stock keeping units. You can show, like you can design an unique code for this product. So let's say, for example, this one is toy 001 because I'm going to have multiple toys images uploaded. So I want to name them. This is something that we decide we want for our product, which we can identify a product through a number as well. Right, if you have any G10, GST registration, etc., you can add those details here. If you want to show the quantity of this product, right, so you can show that there are, let's say, for example, five in stock, right, and you can show lower stock thresholds, etc. So running out, etc., stuff like that. So you can show such things as well, right? So this is general inventory, and you can show other details as well. Then comes a short product description. So a short product description, second, yeah, I just moved the files up and down actually. Yeah, this is better. So a short product description is basically something that comes right immediately after the product. So when you see the image and the name, the description that shows on any e-commerce brand, right, is your short product description. So what we'll do is now also give me a, this is going to be something shown alongside my image and headline, and before the long, make it effective and to buy because the add to cart button is going to be right next to it, right? So now we will talk about a short product description. All right, and okay, let's copy this. And for some reason, I'm not going simple product. Okay. And so maybe because I moved stuff, I'm not getting to add. Hmm. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna publish this because it stopped working. So a refresh happens here, right? And now I think I'll get an yes. So now because of this, I am getting an opportunity to, this is going to be visual, right? And then again, I'm going to use these benefits from here, right? Oh, this is the short description, right? But I do need points here. So I'm going to say, still give me shorter points here, right? So you can use this. So this basically shows that it has a squeaker inside, etc., etc. Cool. All right. So now next thing is, let's say for example, if your product ever belongs to a certain brand, right? Let's say for example in toys, if I'm using a brand like Toys R Us or anything like that, I can add a brand mention as well. So that it gives some more, gravitas to the product because they see a brand image. But here in this case, we don't. As of now, I don't need any product tags. Then I need to put it under any category. You can add it under multiple categories. It's always by default going to be tagged or uncategorized. I can also remove this, right? But it's good practice to have it. But these are dogs and these are for toys, right? So anyone's clicking only dog or dog toys or uncategorized, they're gonna see this particular stuff. Next up, my job is to add a product image. So the product image is the main image that a customer will see when they come to your website, right? So I'm going to click on set product image, right? I have few images, but I have actually uh, gotten some images. So what I'm going to do is go to the same folder, which is my pet supplies, no, landing page content. And now I want to add the main image, this. Right? Give it some time to load. Yeah, and once it's loaded, I want to set it as product image. So you can see the main image which is here. Now, a lot of times you see on this different e-commerce website that apart from the main image, you see multiple images which are in small box in the bottom. So that is your product gallery. So here I'm gonna add some more images, right? So I have this and this saved for that. So I'm going to add these images as well. So now basically, when somebody sees my website, they will see these three. Inside this product, they will see these images, and I can just play along which one comes first, second, etc. Once this is done, right, I can now click on. So ideally, it's published, but because I've already published it because of that error, I'm just going to click on update, right? And now if you see, bases all of these details, my product is updated. Now, this is something that only I can see because now if you see my website, it says store coming soon, means the store is not ready yet, right? So still, if I go, only person logged in will see this particular product. But now if you see, because it has a sale, so it comes with a sale tag because we mentioned a sale price. You can see happy face sandwich dog toy, 9.99 cross 6.99, and all the details and all the different images are down here. You can see add to cart as well. You can see the SKU, you can see the categories that it is a part of, right? And then the longer description that you can see is here. And then you can also see related products that comes in by default. Yep. So basically, we have created one landing page for this specific product so easily. Otherwise, if I have to create this, I would have to go add a page, then give this URL, and then create this page, structure this page, X, Y, Z, etc. Right? But here, just with a few steps, I can easily create this. So what I'm going to do right now is quickly add a few more products. So now this is done and updated. But because for all the subsequent stuff that we want to see, we want a good number of products. So I will quickly add a few more products here as well. So let me just bring this on the top, upload a file, and I'm gonna go on pet supplies. I want to go on content. And now let's go for, let's say this same for this name, long ad. short description, right? And this is my product image. Now we are adding a new product, and here I'm not going to sit and play along with the name because now you understand the process. But I think I want to measure pizza party speaker toy, right? I am going to get this to my product name here, and then we have a full description. So give your canine, etc. So I'm going to use this full description and then these pointers. And then we want so I'm going to randomly price this at, let's say for example, 699 and give it a discount of 499. Inventory SKU is, let's say for example, toy 002, and I still want to track this. Let's say we have 7 in stock. Don't change anything else, and then I need a shorter description. uh, and this is my short description. Right, again in tags I want to put this in dogs. In fact, this can go in cats as well. Cats could use this toy, so dogs and cats both uncategorized as well. Then let's add a feature image, upload, and it's this slice. Add a product, and then let's see, let's add a couple of more images. I don't think I have them. Oh, I do. This is for that. And yep, I think we just have 2 images for this. No worries. Okay. Right. And then publish. Yes, and now you see just like that in a matter of minutes, I have uploaded my second product as well. And now if you come here, you can see pizza party speaker toy, right? And this is your toy and all the long and the pizza night pop-ups, anytime treat, 5 in stock, etc., etc., etc. Yep. All these details are good. Yep. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly add 5 more products, 3 to 4 more products, so that we have a decent list of products. And I'm going to add it in multiple categories, cats, dogs, etc., so that when we are building the page, right, it becomes more easy to see. So I'm going to do all of that now. So now, if you can see, I come back to all products. And you will see I have added all of these products. You can see their SKUs. You can see if they are in stock. You can see the price, and you can see all the categories. If you want to place a specific tag that this belongs to something, or this is, let's say, for example, some of your products are high margin, low margin. So if you want to tag products by margin, you can do that. There are brands. If there are a lot of products you have, right, but some of them are very important featured products, so you can add them by giving them a star like this, right? And or the last part is when this particular item was published or updated, right? So you can see all of them was done on this particular date. So by this, we have added all our products, right? Now, the next thing I want to do is come down to my WooCommerce. So now, okay, let's first go to a specific product page, right? So let's say, for example, we want to go to this Pounds Puzzle treat dispenser, right? So I can just click here and I can go to this particular page, right? So now you can see it's a Pounds Puzzle treat dispenser, and this is, you can see the images, etc. All of here. You can in fact add videos as well. right? So it's playtime, pounds puzzle treat is basically mind feeding, promoting healthy cat, right? And you can see that's why it's in the category of cats and toys as well. Now this product, and you can, like I said, see all the related products as well here with respect to prices. Now, the interesting thing is the way WooCommerce works is this is practically set up everything. So now if I want, I can add to cart this particular product. So now if you can see has been added to cart, right? And some more details about this product, right? It is showing you all of these things, right? Now if I visit my cart, right? I can actually see all the details as well. So if I had created a coupon, here I could enter a coupon code and apply as well. It is showing the quantity, the stock, etc. So in fact, let me, I think this was previously added. Yeah, so this is my product, right? You can see the checkout price. So one item you are saving so and so. This is the description, this is the price, etc. I can add and I can click on proceed to checkout as well. Now here the problem is that you can see all the email address, the billing address, etc. It is just that here in general case now, you will not find an option where you can make payments directly. Here in my case, pay on delivery is the only option added, which is already set up. For majority of the websites that you guys create, now it won't be unless you set it up. So how do you do this particular thing? So to get this done, you need to come back to your WooCommerce and you need to come to settings. So all your settings with respect to your e-commerce store sit inside your WooCommerce setting. So here, these are all your general settings. So if you want to mention an address, etc., you can put it here, right? You can select which countries you're selling to, sell to countries, except so you can remove certain countries where you don't sell to, right? All of these details can be added here, right? You can then here, when I was saying you can update your currency. So you can update your currency from here. So what currency you want to reflect, that is the only currency you start paying in. All of this is going to be over here. Now we are not changing anything here. I want to come down to payments. Inside payments, you will see multiple options. One is your Stripe payment, which is you can install here PayPal and take payments offline. So here also you will see an install unless you do this. But right now we don't need to do this because this is already set up for me, right? So here you can see enable, check payment, direct bank transfer. Of course, we don't want to do this. Here also you will see an enable button. But now because it's already done, I can see manage. So here I can come, click on manage. I can do change whatever. So instead of cash on delivery, which is a very, which is a term which is not used enough. So in fact, I can use instead pay on delivery, right? And that is the description, right? Accept virtual orders, etc. And save changes. So the minute I say I've changed this name from cash on delivery to pay on delivery, so this cash on delivery, pay with cash upon delivery, if I just click on refresh now, this automatically now becomes um, pay on delivery, right? And now you in fact have an option. So the minute this is placed, right? And once I entered all the cities, so let's say I am from Mumbai, this is optional. I can in fact just go ahead and place an order. What's left? Okay, my first name and last name. Thanks. And as a customer, we have received an order confirmation. But as a brand, if I go back to my WooCommerce, right, and if I go to my orders, you will start seeing orders. It's just that, can you see 4 minutes ago, this is processing 799 by Mihir Shah. So of course, the timing will not be exactly the same, but you've received an order, right? So you can manually add orders as well, but this is the order that we've already received and it's being processed, etc. And here you can see your order is here, right? And you will see all the details with respect to the order billing. I've just put this address, so use shipping address, billing address, what are they looking for, the price which has been code, right. In any case, if you are not accepting orders, etc., so you can just click on refund, right? All any details that you want are all over here, right? So this is how you accept orders. This is how you set up your e-commerce store, your payment, all of these things. So what we can do next is let's come here and now we have done all our product creation, right? And next thing I want to do is, in fact, we moved ahead with shipping, payment, etc. But what I can do, a new order notification is also done. We looked into time zone and currency as well. Now, like I said, this particular website is live only for us, right? Now, and here, if you see on the top, store coming soon, right? So the first thing when we take this store to the public, we need to make the store available for everyone. And that again is inside your settings. So you have two settings. Once you have your WordPress setting, which is at extremely bottom here. Another is a setting inside WooCommerce. So inside WooCommerce, when you come to settings, you will see this option called site visibility. Inside site visibility, you can see now store is coming soon. So store coming soon. You can just opt for live and save change. So now your store is basically live for public as well. And now your option also here changes to live, right? Anytime if you are under maintenance, update, etc., you can just click on coming soon and then again you can move back and it will show to coming soon and it will not be live for public. Fair enough. So basically now we have taken care of this. We have taken care of time zone currency, new order notification, shipping, payment, right? All right. Now guys, the next step, let's add a theme, right? So now if you see my website, right, even if there is an order confirmation and all of these stuff, the website, and of course we need to build a lot of stuff here, but is still very incomplete. Let me first come back to my site again. It's still very incomplete, right? It doesn't look really well, nice, structured, though it's decent enough, right? But it needs to still look much better, and we keep making it better and better. So to keep making it better and keep helping us use some tools that will add to the beautification, the structure of the website, the first thing we require is a theme, right? So for that, what we're going to do is come down and go to appearance because you're talking about the appearance of the website, how the website will look. Inside appearance, you will see a theme. And the first thing I want to do is add a new theme, right? Now, there are multiple things that actually work very well on this setup, but the best one is called Astra, right? So if you don't find Astra here immediately, all you need to do is search for the theme called Astra, right? And you'll find certain other names as well, like Aster and stuff like that, but you have to focus on Astra and install this theme. Again, what Astra does for you is it supports a couple of other website builders or landing page builders called as Elementor, called as Starter Template, which are all latest, have great designs, drag and drop functionalities, all powered by AI. So we need to use all of these as well, right? And that will be built only on Astra, right? So right now what I've done is I've come and installed this theme Astra. This, as of now, because we've not really made a lot of change, it does not do change a lot, but it will add a slightly better structure to your landing page, right? The way you see things will be much better than before, right? Right. So right now, the next thing we have done is add a theme. All right. So I think adding a theme, setting up, all of this is done, right? Now, we need to design our store. So right now, if you come to my website, if you go to this shop as a button, you will see all the products right over here. But it's not like it's all amazing. It's not like it's looking like, any website which has offer a page. So let me show you one example. Let's say we go to, right? And this is the home page, but let's say we go to the new collection page, for example, right? Okay, again, this is not where I want to be. Let's see if they're just going with some Harry Potter theme. I think this is for Halloween. But again, all right, let's stick to the home page in this regard. If you can see, there are images like this, right? And there are product list like this. So we also need a page like this, which makes our website look really beautiful, right? So basically, we need a very good homepage design. Once you click on that, you can in fact go to, in fact, eventually, if I click on any, let's say, for example, if I'm clicking on this, at the end, I'm seeing all of these products only, right? So you can see all of this, all the multiple image. Now, of course, this might be built somewhere else and might have a different theme. But the idea is you see an image, you see the price, all of these things, you see all the multiple images. Similarly, in my website, you will see the product image, you will see the price, ratings, right? And you can see buttons as well. So pretty similar to this, right? Try at home, they have a different CTA, but pretty similar to what we have, right? But I need an amazing page. So for that, we need to go and build a beautiful page, right? So what I'm going to do is to build a page along with we need something called as Elementor. So Elementor is like a plugin that sits on Astra and enhances the capability of Astra, right? So again, I'm going to come on plugins, click on add new plugins, and I'm going to select Elementor, right? So again, you can see Elementor build more than just a page builder, and you will see 10 million downloads. So I'm just going to click on install, right? And then I'm going to activate this as well, right? So I'm going to install this. I'm going to activate this. So now Elementor is here. So now whatever unique different images, you can design a website with WordPress and WooCommerce as well, right? Elementor just makes life easy. It gives you a lot of drag and drop functionalities. It has some tools templates that you can use, and we'll see all of these things one by one. So let's me create a new page. So if I want to create a home page or any of these pages, I have to click on pages. Yeah, and now I'm gonna click on add page, which is me building a new page basically. So the minute I click on new page, it will basically create a very blank page for me, which has nothing, a title, etc. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name this as my home page, so that whenever you see in all the list of my pages, it will be categorized as a home page, right? And additionally, what I can do is I can say here you need to make some basic changes. So in the container layout, you can just put it full width so that it is completely it has the complete page to yourself. In sidebar, in fact, I want to go for no sidebar. And in elements, I'm just gonna select disable banner area, right? And with these three changes and a blank page, I'm just going to hit publish because I don't want to use WordPress to make this a beautiful page. I want to, in fact, go and use Elementor, right? So now the page is published. I will just click on edit this page with Elementor. So now I'm going to make an amazing page with the help of Elementor, right? So the page is live, the page is being used, but it's a blank page. There's nothing there. We just written home over there. Now we will build that particular page. And just takes a couple of minutes to load, right? So a lot of things that I want on this page, I've already kept it here and it's just showing me. See, can you see? Just keep dragging things here and there. You have AI mode as well, right? And with Elementor, you can do it, right? And now this is my page here because I don't have a logo or anything set up as of now. It's just showing as my blog. But of course, here we're going to add a logo and all. So we're going to change the header and the footer of the website as well. But that's going to be eventually we're going to pick something. So all right. So any e-commerce website, right? Let's see this, right? And hopefully this, yes, this is the home page. So here you see like a big banner here, right? And you see these stuff going around. This is basically by default for a lot of e-commerce websites on the home page, right? Like a big banner that shows like it's a very big thumbnail. So let's try creating something like this. So if I want to create something like this, all I need to do is click on I'm going to click on add a container. So just add a container like this on the top, right? And container layout should be a grid. And these are steps that you follow. These are steps that you follow one by one. So here, if there's a 6 by 6 grid, you will see minimum height, width, etc. So you can see columns and rows over here. So you can reduce this to, in fact, one, and all we need is two, and or in fact keep this one and make this two. So you have a 2 by 2 grid that you can basically select over here, right? Another way of doing this is also, if I just click on this plus sign, I can go for a flex box and I can have a single flex box, right? And what you can do with this flex box is uh, 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 you can make the direction common, right? And here what I'm going to do is add an image, right? And okay, so what I'm going to do right now is click on plus over here and I will opt for a carousel, right? So this is an image carousel that we want to opt for, right? So here my job is to upload an image now. So what I'm going to do, I have some images set already. I'm just going to click on this and come here, upload an image and select these two images. And these are the ones, insert gallery, right? Now, carousel images are here. Image resolution, I don't need, in fact, thumbnail, I need a full because this will not look great, right? So we need full images, right? So here it is full. And here, if you see slide to show, we don't want it default. We just want one image at a time. All right. So now if you can see now, again, this width is really long. If you see this, the width is slightly lesser. So you can just play with the resolutions here. But we've basically created the same thing, one for a dog and one for a cat. So similarly here, how you see one for free gold coin, then you have your complete charm, you have eternity. So you can have, we have one stop shop for all things dogs, and we have one stop. This is supposed to be a stop shop for all things cats, right? So this is how my thumbnail is done. In fact, I can. Let's see if we can play image stretch. Let's stretch the image as well. That's okay. Navigation is, you can see, you have arrows, you can have dots as well. So you can just play with how do you want this or none. Arrows are good. And if you want to link this to something, right, we can link it as well. So if somebody clicks on this, so here, if you click over here, eternity, you can go somewhere, right? So there is a page for eternity, and then all the eternity products are here, right? Similarly here, if you want to make this clickable, no, you can enter. So let's say, for example, a custom URL and our website URL. So once you click, you go to the page where all the eternity products are there. So you can do that as well. But as of now, I don't want to get into all of these things. If I want to play with style of any kind, so let's say, for example, size. So you can, increase the size of these arrows, right? With respect to images, if you want to change the border radius to some extent, right? It's basically making it curve on the sides, if you can see. So it's basically curving it, but we don't want it to be curved as such, so it's okay. And advanced, I think we are good here, right? So basically now what I have done is I have created a hero section for this. Cool, makes sense. Let's see what we want to do next. So here we have create a new home page, create a page banner. Now we want to create product carousels, right? To create a product carousel, guys, we need to go for a product slider. So here, when you go to Elementor as well, right? So if I want to add any new thing now here, I can just click on plus. And if I just put products, right? So you can have product grids here as well, but all these are paid functionalities within Elementor, right? So it's basically giving you some free functionalities and other important functionalities which you have to pay. Now, in general, we go for a payment as well. It's about 5 grands INR per month, right? But if you don't want to do that, we can have other options as well. So I'm going to come back to my dashboard. And here I have mentioned product slider plugin by Shape Plugin LLC, right? So I'm just gonna go for, there is always a free alternative. So if I come back to my plugins now, and I'm gonna add a new plugin, you will find, just search for product slider, and we want a plugin called product slider by Shaped plugin, right? So just give it a minute to load and just search for the Shape plugin WP developer. You can see Shape plugin LLC product slider installed. A lot of product sliders, guys, will work well. It's not that this will work better or that will work better. It's just that this is the one that I am usually comfortable using, right? So now once this is added, right, you can see your product slider here and see this is added here. New plugin is added here. I'm going to go to add new slider. So now I'm going to add some product. I'm going to give a product slider name. So this is like my first slider. Now again, with respect to this as well, you can see there is a slider and there is a grid. Rest everything is paid for, right? So I'm going to go for slider itself, right? And you can look at, so filter products if you want latest product, featured product. These are the two. So this goes by date. And if you remember here, um, if I go to my inside products, if I go to all products, right, you can see basically all of these things. So here, all the other settings that you see here, right? Like for example, here category tags, so you can use tags. So here there were tags, sorry, here there were tags, right? So if you mention a tag, you can just select by tag, but again that part is paid. You have brands, right? Best selling, pro, all of this basically upsell, cross sell. You can create this on here, but unfortunately, all of them are paid, right? So by default, we are left with either a feature product or something in stock. So something by latest, by date. So let's go with feature, and you can see which part we want to go by, all products itself. Please do not change anything here, right? And directly hit on publish. So the minute we publish this, guys, there is a code which is generated. So just copy this code and come back here. Now I will have to publish this, because if I have to refresh, everything will go away. So I publish this part of the website so far, whatever we've done. And now I'm going to refresh it, right? And now we want that slider to come in. So now, because we added a new plugin, we created the slider on the plugin, and then we created a code for that slider. I am going to use that now. So now once this is done, just give it a quick second to load. Yeah, and I'm gonna Woo product slider, because any other slider, if you see, is a paid option basically. But this is the one that we selected. And oh, sorry, you have to select the name first, product slider, because that's the one we created. Let me just refresh this so that this might go away. All right, so the last changes remained unsaved. So what I'm gonna do is this. But yeah, before we do this, I just don't want to start with it. In fact, everything needs to be inside a container. So I'm gonna first add a container. right? And inside this container, we will add a slider, which is your Woo product slider, right? And first product slider, and it is not identifying any products. Let me just try and fix this. Mhm. I think that was not saved properly. Why didn't it save it? Okay, let's try this again. So I'm going to add another container here, and I'm going to mention we want a product slider. It's asking me for a short code, but I can't add that short code here. So let's go with latest. Um, and in that case, once this is done, I am going to update this because this was saved earlier as well. Now, in some cases, we would require this link to copy and paste. In some cases, it will just give us a drop down to select, right? So now when I come back to my home page, and this has already been edited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this section and I'm going to do this section all over again. So just bring down a container over here. And inside a container, what are we looking for is for a product. So earlier we did not have this product, Woo product slider. We had all of these page stuff that you are seeing on my screen over here. Now I'm just gonna drag and drop this over here and it will ask me. So usually we can create multiple sliders because it also accounts for the pro version, right? So you can go for latest feature and all the other things, sometimes with respect to products will have a higher margin, etc. Right. So here we have only one, which is my first product slider. And the minute I select this particular thing, all my products you will see are in a slider over here. Right. So if I just keep on clicking next, 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 and you will keep seeing all of this coming here one by one, right? So this is so easy and you can create multiple products very easily and show it on your website like this, right? Now, before we add the next section, what I will do is I'll publish this because I don't want any changes to go away. So I'm going to quickly publish this. Now this is published. I'm going to come back to the list of items that we wanted. And the next thing that we want after that is to add an icon box, right? So let's understand what an icon box is. So icon box, if I have to show you with an example from another website as well, let's say, for example, let's go to, let's try Zara this time. Hopefully I find an icon box in Zara. But it is directly asking me for location, but that's okay. All right, we don't see an icon box right away here somewhere. An icon box is basically a box which has some details, but predominantly has an icon, right? We use it basically to show some sort of a proof. So I'm going to try another website in India. Yeah, let's go with this. So you can see we have the exact same thing. All we needed to add is a few more products, and this is exactly how it would look. And we all had all our featured catalog like this. You can, this is slightly higher in size, but you have this, exactly this is what we did, right? And of course, with additional functionality, you get this 15% off and all of these things. These are all additional plugins that you require. And there are some videos here which we will learn to add as well. You can use some reels that have been added here, and there are more images. Actually, these guys also do not have an icon box here. Let me just go inside a product and see if there is any. Uh, uh, um, Not really. All right, never mind. But for us, icon box is very important. Icon box is basically a social proof. It helps brands, it helps customers understand that how we are, what we deliver, etc. So let's see that particular thing in action. So I'm going to create a new section here, and I will select a layout. And in this case, I want, in fact, let's just put a container here. Let's make it really easy. So let's put a container here. And in this container, what we want is an icon box. Yep. Now, if you see here, it's because it's just one container, it's just showing one icon. So what I'm going to do is I am going to edit this into multiple items. So we need, in fact, let's try and make this slightly simpler. I'm just going to click on cancel, and I will, it's best to go with a grid only. And let's say this time I want to go with a 4 by 4 grid, right? And now in this grid, I am going to add a icon box. Yeah. So it's added out here. So I'm just gonna icon box, share it here, right? And I'm just gonna right click over here, copy, come back here, paste it. Paste it over here. Similarly, I'm gonna paste another one here. Similarly, I'm gonna paste another one here, right? Now, in this case, we want all of these icon boxes to read something, right? So let's say, for example, we want to develop a proof that whatever our products are, right, are healthy, are friendly. It's basically to give or build some trust in the customer's head that these products are genuine, right? So we could use stuff like, let's say, for example, let's look at some icons first. Let's say, for example, uh, let's see if we have an icon for pet safe. We don't. We don't have an icon for safe as well. Let's go with safety. No, 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 no. Any proof? No, no, no. So basically, what we want to show is that our products are pet friendly. So I can have a checkbox as well. Let me see what else can be used in this case. Uh, 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 uh. All right. No, 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 no. None of this. I think the best way to go with is a checkbox. Yeah, because none of the other things talk about safety per se, right? Arrows, stars, ads. Never mind. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose this icon, the checkbox. Right. So your icon is set. Now you can, in fact, play with all of these things. So if you want to change the style, the color, the placing, right? So icon, if you want to, let's say, make it black, and I want to name this as pet safe. Uh, right? Because it's a pet product, so it's very important. And then I want to change this text as well. All our products are clinically tested and safe for pet consumption. Right? So this gives the buyer an idea that, hey, we are pet safe, right? And I want to make this in a much better color. So I'm just gonna go in style, go to content, in typography. I'm gonna, if you want, you can play along with the font as well. So here you can see and line spacing, any spacing that we want can be done from here. And let's see if we can fix a color here somewhere. Yep, this is the color. And I want to make it I think let's go with red, right? Because I want it to be really eye-catchy, right? And this again, black is okay, right? Next is, let's say for example, let's pick up an icon and then maybe decide what else do we want from here. So next up, I can go with flag, gem, arrows, iCards. No, 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 no. If we want to add an address, also we can do it. All right. Let's say we provide a chat support, right? For whatever you need. So let's say, for example, again, we have a 24/7, right? And I'm going to change all of the same details. So here, when it comes to style, for the icon, I want the color to be changed to black. For this header, I want the color to be changed to red. In fact, an easier way also to do this is basically once one is made, you can copy and paste it. I copy and pasted everything right from the beginning, but this can be copy pasted later on as well, so that we provide 24 by 7 chat support for any and all, let's say, consultation or pet consultation, right? So again, it is this red is not the same. That's why I think copy pasting is much better than just selecting the color, right? But let me try and figure out a better or a similar red to this. Yeah, I think this is blood red and this makes sense. Right, and similarly across now, I will not sit and do it for all the other icons, but similarly you can do it for all the other icons and publish your page again. Right, so now if you see your page, it will have a header, then it has a list of all the products, then it gives you a reason why to buy. Right, in fact, you can play around here, you can add multiple sections. So, if you go to any of these websites and if you go to any of these home pages, right? So now let me just decode something for you that here, if you can see, here there is all the different banners, and here you have all the different categories. So I'll show you how to add those as well. Then you have the products. In fact, you can add videos. So I'll walk you through how to add these videos as well. And then you have another carousel, product carousel, slightly smaller over here. So you can do that as well. Please understand, this is looking much more cleaner because they are using all the paid plugins, right? It's just the only difference is that we are trying to do this completely for free, right? And that's why the beauty or the finesse of the website is not as much of a pro version. But while you're starting something, I think this is more than enough to begin with, right? Awesome. So now we come down to the last part. If you see the list as well, what we want to do is basically create a header and a footer, right? So any website, every website, in any country, you will see having a header, which is predominantly the logo and all of these things, right? And at the same time, help, logo, these icons, etc. And at the same time, having a footer as well, which is this particular your logo. Again, there is a line here, right? You can add all of these things, and in fact, you can create these clickable links as well over here, right? So we are trying to do something like this. So let's first try with header. Now, in general case, again, if I want to add a header, I am going to come back to my website backend again. Um, in fact, I can directly add a header from here as well, right? So in any section, if I just go plus here, I can do this is a headline, not a header, but again, in the pro version, you will get all of these things. Now, unfortunately for us, because this is not a pro version, Elementor Pro has a section of header. So what you can do when it comes to Elementor Pro is you can come down to this, and if you go to settings, sorry, if you go to appearance, and inside appearance, you will see some stuff. Okay. Here, if you are using a pro version, you will see all the stuff with respect to an header or a footer. Unfortunately, in our case, because we are not using an Elementor Pro, we are not getting those particular options. So in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to make use of a free plugin, right? And I have already mentioned the name of the plugin here. It's called Ultimate Add-ons for Elementor Lite by Brainstorm Force, right? This is again one of the many plugins that are used for header and footer, but this is one of the best plugins that I've seen so far. So I'm going to click on just one thing, that is add a plugin, and I am going to search for this particular plugin. Just give it a quick sec while it loads, right? And you will see what is the brand name, brainstorm.force, right? So you will quickly see this is a starter template. This is again brainstorm force. We use a starter template to basically in fact, I am just going to use this. Starter template again is another amazing plugin by Brainstorm that we use to build AI websites for. Yep. Can you see ultimate add-ons for Elementor? This is what we want. I'm just going to click on install, and I'm going to very quickly activate this as well. Yep. Awesome. So now you will see this particular board, the plugin here which says welcome to UAE, etc. Let's get started. We can do this all later on. I don't want to get actually started this right now. I can skip practically everything. And actually, I just want to go back to my WP admin backend. Yep. And now you will see the UAE plugin is here. And now inside this, you can see a header and a footer, right? So the first step is what we want to do is add a new header. So I'm just click on add new. And let's put this header 01. Yep. And I will select a template here that says header. Now it is asking you a question that where do you want this to be displayed, right? Do you want to display this on all the websites? Do you want to display this only on a few specific websites? So you can go for entire website. There's no problem with that. In fact, go for all the entire website. You can have an exclusion over here, right? So any website, any page, let's say, for example, I want to exclude this from all the blog pages, right? So all posts is basically your entire blog, right? Your front page, WooCommerce shop page, wherever you want to ignore this, you can in fact ignore this. We don't usually ignore it from here. Whenever you're building a page and if you want a header or a footer to not to be shown on that particular page, you can just go to those specific page settings and still ignore that. So I'll walk you through how to do that as well. But as of now, I want this to be on the entire website. It is asking for what type of users will be able to see this. So again, we want all type of users to see this, right? And you don't need to really change anything over here. You can just, there are different things that are here, but nothing to be changed. Don't change anything and just click on publish, right? So basically, we have published a header named header, right? Header 01. But it's an incomplete. There's nothing on this particular header, right? So we need to first edit this with Elementor. Right now, it's a blank header. All right. So now, again, how we build a page, similarly, we will get to how we build a page. Similarly, we will get to edit a header. All right, so what I want to do is I want a header and I want two sections in a header. So I'm going to click on this plus, come to a grid and have a split grid like this as a header. First is, let's say, for example, we want like a list. So let's go with an icon list, right? And the only thing is usually it's these details are horizontal on the top, so these are going to be changed to uh, horizontal instead of vertical. Let's say, for example, the first thing we want to add is a phone number. The second thing I want to add, let's say, for example, is a email address. So I'll just put my email address. So I'll just put my email address here. And the last thing that I want is a physical location. So let's say, for example, for now, I'm just going to put it as Mumbai. Yep. Now the next thing that we want to change is the icons. So I'm just going to click here, and here we want a phone icon. So I will just select phone and select a phone as an icon, right? So you can see phone, and then I can one by one change the colors as well, right? So we'll do that in styling. Meanwhile, for email address, we want to update the item icon as mailbox. So either this or just an envelope, right? And I think this is sufficient enough. Click on insert again. And here it says a circle, which does not make a lot of sense. So what we're going to do is, let's say, for example, just select a location and insert, right? So across all the three categories, we have the icons that we want. Now we can basically play with the icon colors. And again, I want all of those to be in black, right? And I think we can go for a red as well, and the text to be in black, right? And just in case if you want to change the text colors as well, you can change all of this here. So text color right now is here, but if you want to change it, make it maybe completely black, I can just move the needle a little over here, right? Now, what is also important is to add social media icons, right? So I will just click on social here, and this is what you get as social icons. And the size is a little too much. You can add a couple of icons. So I can add, we have Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, you can add Instagram, Snapchat, etc. All of this you can add more over here and just select the icon, etc. Right now it shows WordPress. So you can change and add the name, shape is rounded, alignment is center, but I'm going to move it to the right, right? And this looks really big as compared to your contact details. So I'm just going to play with the size a little bit and make it in alignment to the text. I think this looks better, right? If you come here for radius, if you want to make it slightly more rounded, so you can play with that as well. And that's how you have all your icons back here, right? Now, the next thing that I actually am looking for is to add a logo, because any website you see on the home page on the top, you have this logo, right? And all of this is present already over here. So what I'm going to do is add another two sections over here. Yeah. And one, this specifically is for my logo. So I'm just going to set it for an image, right? And I'm going to paste a image here, which is basically going to be my logo. And then I can just, I'll see if I have, I don't think I have any specific images for a logo, but let me give it a shot. So let's come back here, pet supplies. Do we see a logo? Actually, we do not. Uh, uh, so, all right, let's, for the sake of convenience, assume this is my logo, right? So I'm just going to select this, right? And the bone is basically the logo, right? And you can select the size, you can make it large, you can make it medium, however you want it. Again, it's a logo, so you can make it the way you want. Medium 300 by 300. You can see different sizes here. Cool. And here in this case, I want to add, let's say for example, a button, right? So I want to add a button over here. So I can just say, actually, we're looking for a button, sorry. So just come here, add a button, and we want shop now, and I can give it a lot of different things for the button shop now, right? And get free access, get premium content, could be anything with respect to the button. Yep, and then let's come and style the button. The color is really bad. Needs to look, so this is the text on the button. I'm trying to keep it white itself, but the color I want to make it really sharp. I think black is okay to begin with. And if you want to add some shadows to the button, so you can, add a little bit of shadow here like this, a vertical shadow like this, right? Because buttons with shadows look really good. You can blur the shadow, etc. You can spread it to be slightly bigger. This is too much. I think this is okay, right? This is actually slightly less. And you can give a color to the shadow as well. So if this is black, maybe match it with the logo or something. So I can do that as well. Yep. And here again, I want, let's say, for example, this button to be slightly like a rounded pill instead of just a square. So you can do that. You can play with padding and all, and position also. I'm going to keep it in the extreme right because I want it to be in alignment with the logos over here, right? And with this, I am going to save this, actually this image, because it's an image and it's not like a logo here, and that's why we are facing this particular problem, right? Otherwise, it would have been in alignment. Let's see if I can align this slightly better in style. I will, I can maybe play with the size of this. Yeah, I think this makes sense, right? So let's try to shorten it a little, but also to make it visible enough. Now this is bad. I think this here makes sense. So what we can do is so now I'm gonna just hit publish, right? So the minute I publish this, it means that it's going to be saved, and our header section is now completely ready to be used, right? So now what I'm going to do is come to my original website and just going to hit refresh. So you will see a different header section altogether come here. And now if you see once it's completely loaded, this is exactly how the header looks. Of course, it's not in a great shape. What I can actually additionally do over here is we can select this and we can maybe play a little with the containers. So I can actually go ahead and see if I can add a box over here. So I'm gonna reduce the height. Width is okay, so I don't want to play with the width again, right? And this is okay. This is full width. Let me see if I can box it in a style. Let's go to background overlay. In fact, let's go with a border, and I can go for a solid border, and I can make it as broad as possible. This is too loud actually. Let's make it slightly smaller. And if you want, you can play with the border radius and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think this is okay. I think this is much better. At least it gives some definition to the header. And now if I come here and refresh, you can see me update the header of the website. So yes, so now if you can see even here in this because this is a different container, I can add a box over here as well. I can add a box here. But this is basically how you make a header for your website. And now similarly at the bottom, we want to build a footer for the website. So again, I'm going to come here. Um, and I will just focus on my WP admin. Basically, I want to go to the backend. I will go to the same plugin, right, which is UAE, and go to header and footer. Again, I'm going to add a new, and this time we will add a footer to the website. So here this is footer 01, and this is a footer. Again, on the entire website, you can exclude a couple of pages if you want. Again, for all roles. So same thing here, right? And click on publish. Right? And then again, once this is published, I will edit it with Elementor. Again, the same process, right? So whatever you make changes now is going to be on footer. If we see in the meanwhile, what is the content of a footer? So there is, let's say, all of these items, general information here. So there is a logo here, a line here. So let's try and replicate this itself, right? So first you need a container, right? This is for your footer, and that's why you can see it's on the bottom. What does this container have? This container has a logo, space for a logo. So in fact, you can just, in fact, first thing is we need to divide this actually. So I'm just gonna put grid inside here, and this is this is one, okay, two rows and one column. Yeah, and now inside this, the first one is, I think instead of an image, if we go with a logo, it might make sense. So let's try this. Yep. And for a site logo, right? And no, it won't give you that particular custom image. Let's try and put that particular image here. Let's see if it looks better. It looks the same actually. I thought it would, this logo would make the image look better, but no. So you have to design a logo pretty much like that. And what did we have here? We had just one line. In fact, so let's say, let's copy the same line, in fact. And here I am clicking on this plus sign. Here I will add a text editor, right? And instead of this, I will just say K9 snacks is a wide range of for pets, and it's not just grooming products. So it's going to be wide range of toys, accessories, and food related products for pets, helping our bros instead of pets since 2005. This is okay. And now I can slightly change the text as well. So here, let's say make it bold. If you want to change anything over here, right? So um, we want to change anything over here, so you can try. So this is bold, which is good, and you don't want this to be in pointers. In fact, this area is slightly longer, so I'm going to go in style, and I'm going to try changing the typography. No, I will try to change the width from here maybe. Okay, no, that's the max we can do. So I will. All right. I actually wanted to make this slightly longer as compared to this, but I'm not getting that option here. No, none of these can be changed. Cool. But again, we have a very basic idea of this, that how does this look? In fact, while adding this, I could have just changed how the grid looks, so it would have looked better. Let me just redo this stuff. So this, but let's say we want it in this particular structure. This slightly makes sense. In this case, I'll add an image. I will add an image here. The image is basically of the, yeah. Select now the text. Now it slightly makes sense. Here you want to add a text editor, right? And the text was yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, and this text basically was toys, accessories for pets, all things nice, all things beautiful. Now let's see what else they have here. They have this list like this. So I'm gonna try and copy all of this here itself. Again, we will add, and in fact, let's click here and add grid. Add a grid. And this is, if you see this as a grid, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 vertical, right? So instead of 3, I want to go 4, and here it's still 1, right? And again, in each of these blocks, it's going to be text editor. Uh, each of these 4 blocks, text editor, and it's all going to be all of these details like this, right? So I'm just trying to make it simpler. What you can do is always copy paste all of these things. Again, in this section, we want a text editor. Okay, a text editor. Yep, and paste the same items like there, general information, subscription plans, and we can edit the text again, like the way this is, right? So make it bold, etc. And same thing here for this section. We have another text editor, and the text is here, right? And this last section is an image. So again, I will click on this plus sign and add an image over here. And this is going to be whatever this image, right? So I can in fact make it something like this. So in fact here I can first style this in a different color. So this is okay. Let's give it slightly different color. Actually, this image is been brought like this. It's a blank image which is brought here, right? In my case, I'll try and give this an image which is slightly blank, which we do not have per se. Let's keep our logo itself. And here itself, they have attempted to put all your. So had it been a blank image, I could just place the social icons on top of that, right? On a blank image. And all of this then becomes clickable. And then you see mobile app, app store, etc. Right? And all I now need to do is just click on publish. And now if you see, if you go and refresh my website, right, I'm just gonna come here and now we don't need this anymore. So quickly let's refresh this. And now you see a header section, you see an image. Now, of course, this is a home section. That's why you're not seeing anything else. If I go to the specific page, we'll start seeing the footer as well. So if I go to shop now again, this button is not clickable, should not lead to any place. But from here, if we go to, let's say, for example, our backend, and if I go to pages, all pages, and if I select our shop page, Hmm. The entire edit is gone. Oh, sorry, we did edit the home page. Sorry. So let's come back to the home page. Did I not publish the page? I think I didn't publish the page very well. Let's see all of these pages. Yep. Sorry, it was on the My Blog section. Okay, got it. Right. So now you see, of course, it doesn't look that pretty because we didn't invest a lot of time, but all your headers are here, your page is here, all the products are here, pet safe, all of this is here. You have your logo and this and all this information, which is on the footer. This actually icon split in the bottom, which we didn't want, but this also went down over here, right? But this is how you create your header, footer, and a shop page. Cool. So I think in the next sessions, we look at how to create some landing pages. I will also teach you how to add a WhatsApp button, how to add a chat bot button, etc. in the subsequent sections.